Hey, good evening, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson, the results, staffing, and social media. Hey, it's this great Sunday night, and I just wanted to put on a couple things tonight about staffing. And I know it's Sunday, and everybody's looking forward to going to work tomorrow, especially in the logistics. Hey, Tubia, how you doing? I promise I'm going to start off breathing. All right. There was the reason I wanted to do the show tonight, and you look at LinkedIn and you go to LinkedIn trying to think that you're going to learn some things also. But sometimes I just feel like it's social media anymore because it's just everything is so happy. But, there are struggles out there with staffing going on. So we really need to talk about solutions. And that's what tonight's about. So what I start out with is when I look at the job postings, right? Because I have 36 messages tonight that I need to work on to see about placing some candidates. And then I go over to the social media page for the Lehigh Valley, and it's the same thing. $14 an hour, start tomorrow, second, third shift, temp to perm, benefits, must be able to lift 40 pounds. Hey, Steve, must be able to lift 40 pounds. Hey, Tim, wow, they're all here. So, you must start tomorrow, right? And it's temp to perm. And I've told people before that it's just so freaking boring. When are some, and it's not some of the recruiters' fault, because I wanted to say that mainly, and Tim, I think you'll agree, and Steve, is if you're not trained properly, it's not your fault. If you're not taught, like if you're in marketing and you're trying to market jobs or market the company, you tell them your company, right? Don't you? Just saying, that's what you say. But I've told people numerous times before, Facebook, blueprint.com. It's free. You will learn so much on Ads Manager. Right now, Tubia, I have a great, and Steve, you'll like this, is I have 7 ads running right now. You don't see them on my page at all. Do you realize, and I showed the intern, that I targeted 14 companies direct? 14. I am not joking. By their names and their employers. So this way, it goes right to them. So I did 6 ads, and Facebook picks them for you. So there was 2 images that aren't working too well, but I got 2 leads off of $1.49. Now, I don't know who they are yet. It just says 2 leads. I got to look up to see what the form says, but think about that. For $1.49, 14, and that thing is running good. That graph is going up higher and higher, and that's for sales. That is just for sales. So FacebookBlueprint.com is what you got to tell your recruiters and your staff to look at. Really look at it because it's awesome and it's free. I want to give you an example. I watched, now get this, I'm not kidding you. So here it is. Okay. Drive through job fairs. I'm not picking on this company, but I know them very well. 5 people in a selfie and the regional manager. Hey, right? Come on down, right? Jobs. I know how many people showed up. I know. So take this example. Tuvia takes this for an example. 5 people, let's just say they're making those recruiters average of $20, $25 an hour, right? 5. Now the job fair was for 5 hours. So they probably started an hour before and an hour to clean up, okay? Times that, it comes out to what, 125, 150, right? Now that regional manager that was there, let's just say he's making $40, $50 an hour, right? So times that by 5. The whole thing probably costs about $900 in cost and had 5 people show. $900. Just put that in perspective. Now, if you took that $900 on social media is something that what I wouldn't spend for about 3 months. And you got 3 applicants that drove up. How freaking stupid is it? It might work for some. It probably does. Listen, it's not, but that is so $900. I haven't spent $900. I'm going to add it up the next time. Do you know how many applicants? Right now, I got 36 to respond to tonight, right? They're looking for work. That didn't cost me nothing. okay? But I respond to every message. Forklift drivers, right? Now, I like this one company. So let's just say they had a job fair over the weekend, right? What if I was just to say right now with my cell phone, and this is being live, broadcast a couple pages right now, hey, you know what? Go over down to Easton, PA off of Hecktown Road. You're going to make, as a forklift driver, $15, $16 an hour plus incentive, right? A Phillips Pet, right? Full time, second and third shift, full-time benefits, 401k, everything, full-time, no staffing company. You know what? If you would take that video right there and spend $50, $50, you would have blown up this message board on here for $50. Guarantee it. There's nobody out there that can tell me any different because I see it and it's a fact. I'll show it. I'm not afraid to show it. But for $50, if I was to promote even the $800, if you could see the setup here of what you could do to monitor and message these people tonight. Now, this is where the fun part is. I'm going to send them all a message tonight to go to a certain place. Listen, you got to help people out. Right now, a lot of good people really need the jobs. So I don't have the forklift jobs. So I'm just going to send them to a good company. I'm going to say, here you go. Make sure results sent you. That's the way I do that because I feel bad for some of the employees because they are candidates they've never heard. But can you imagine if you're a forklift driver and you're over in Easton, and I know a lot of them, trust me, I know them all, and they're only making $12 an hour and it's a temp agency. I hate that word temp, but just hear that out. Now that message gets to them tonight. Hey, guess what? You could go over here. You're working second shift right now. You could make $2 more an hour and you're full time. You're going to take care of your family. Don't worry about that staffing company. Just go over. You see what I mean? They're the kind of things that you really have to look at. With social media, these job fairs, they're great. But I saw another one today. I just wanted to it blows my mind. When you set up and then you put all the food out. Listen, in pre-COVID, yes, you want to utilize that social media to draw those candidates in. Draw them in for every single freaking thing you can draw them in for. Get them in here. Tell them, hey, listen, say the companies that you have, right? Because if I sat here and said, hey, I got Tesla, or I got Coca-Cola, or I got Pepsi, you're going to get them to come down. Now, they might not qualify for that, like I told you before, and that's fine. But then you offer them something else. You sit right there, and then they're like, oh, but you got to be honest, because what's going to happen is a lot of the candidates tonight, when I message them, I'm serious. Sunday night, Steve, Sunday night is the best night to contact candidates right now. I get a full conversation probably till 11 o'clock at night, and I guarantee I could have two of them quit tomorrow, walk away from a company, and have them going over to another company. And then you're going to be short. Then that company's short. And it just trickles down. So then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's bring a corporation in. Let's just bring a corporation in, right? So you got a new staffing company. All right, you're paying $14 an hour. Steve, you'll love this. $14 an hour at a 38% markup, let's just say, right? And this is what irritates me about corporates because I like them to think of this as a learning opportunity. I'm not that crazy, literally. I know what I'm talking about here. So $14 an hour at a 38%, say $5.32, $19.32 for a bill rate, right? At 38%, $19.32 bill rate. Now you got a company, let's just say like myself, right? So I'll go in there and I'll say no, $14 out of 42%. That's only $5.88. That's a 56 cents difference. 56 cents. So now a company's going to say, oh, no, we can't afford that. We can't afford that. That's 58 cents. Yeah, but times it by 100 people. Okay. My answer to that, hear this out. So here I am in corporate, and I'm sitting in the meeting. I'm going to give you a scenario. All right? Wow. Now I'm a VP, regional. We're all in there. Hey, guess what? I found this guy on LinkedIn, right? Dave Wilson, Results Staffing. He said he could fill our orders 25 to 50. Right? Easy. But he's at a 42% markup. Oh, hell no. Hell no. They'll say no. No, we can't afford that. All right, now this is the next scenario. Now, can you imagine this? Hey, we're short 75 people. Where are they at? They didn't show up. I want you to call all the 4 to 6 staffing companies, 4 to 6, because I know I've got at least 4, right? I know a couple of them. 4, and tell them that we're going to look for somebody else if they don't fill these orders. Whew! That'll make some heads rolls. That will just turn those tables, because I know what those calls are like. So I've been on both sides. I have been on the corporate world, and I've been on the other side of the candidate side. All right. So I know what that's like to get a phone call on Monday or Tuesday. And I know, because I know it for a fact. I've been there, done it. Where's all these people? Where are they at? They didn't show. That's why. So does that make sense? For 56 cents extra an hour. Now they're going to say, no, that's still, you don't understand. That's a lot of money. Okay. Right now, there's 3 companies out there. Tim, I'm not joking you. There's 3 companies out here right now that's missing 100 people. Let's just assume 100 people. All right. So now you're paying overtime, because now you have to go out to those employees, and say, hey, Joe, I'm sorry, but it's 3 o'clock, but you got to work till 5 tonight. You got to work till 5. What do you mean I got to work till 5? We're short-staffed. Okay. Now you've irritated the employee. They're irritated because you have to pay overtime. Now hear this out. So now you're paying overtime for 20 people. Now remember, I'm only 56 cents difference. I'm utilizing myself just to put a point. 56 cents difference. Now the retention, because you're going to lose a couple of the associates within a week or the next day because they have family issues. Right now, you really have to be sensitive and empathy right now. Because of everything, now everybody's getting more nervous and nervous and nervous, and you have to show you care. All right. So think of that note. So now you got to run the weekend. You didn't get the orders out, right? Add all that up. Now orientations. This is my best part, because you couldn't afford the 56 cents from 38 to 42 because, it's better to rotate. We got orientations on Monday. Well, we got another orientations on Thursday. Let's bring out the hiring person, right? All right, everybody sit around. Come on, let's go. Pass out the packets. All those hours, sit there, tell them. Now they just learned about the job. Now they just learn about it. Oh, I don't want to do this job. Hell with this, right? Years ago, we used to take them. That's what you could do. You could take them, and you can still do it now. I don't want to hear the excuse that you can't do it, because you can. You would always have your orientations, right? You have them come in for that day, and we would tour them around the facility. Wear their masks, keep them socially distanced, walk around. Show them the positions. You can do it. So I would always walk back and say, be honest and listen. If this job is not for you, it's okay. Just let us know. We'll find you something else. You'd be surprised how many people would either text you back or call you and say, Dave, that's not really for me. Perfect. Because now that you've had those 15 people, maybe in orientations, maybe 7 or 8 are going to say yes. So think about that. So now you've agreed to the client that you're going to send those candidates, but then they don't show. And then we all put the blame on, right? But again, I'm reversing the roles. Go back to the corporate. 38 versus 42. You decide. When you add all that up, I got a lot of numbers I'm going to be bringing up next time. That's one thing. Hey, listen, when you have some interns that really want to learn, I'll tell you what, Jenny, statistics, it really works, because you really want to show them a number. All right. So that's one of the things. What I also wanted to talk about was the circle. I call it the circle, right? That's great. Isn't that great? What a lot of the corporate centers the corporate doesn't understand is there's 14 staffing companies right on the row. Union Boulevard, they're all over the place, all over. I was one of them, all the way down. So all they do is go from one to the other. I would just tell them, right? If I knew them, I'd just go over there, they're hiring, right? They go over to the next one. They don't last there. Then they go over to the next one, right? Whoa. But then they find out this one's paying $1 extra more in its first shift. They're gone. You are just continuing to use the same people. Because I was always told, don't go in that area there. You won't find anybody. What? Oh, they won't respond. They won't come to work from there. That's the worst thing to tell me, because how do you know? Social media will target them specifically, like the forklift drivers. Monday, I can't wait. I have a class on Monday at 5:30 at night with Facebook. And Tuvia, you got to learn this too. They're going to show me a lot of the insights of the ads that I have running and what I've done wrong. So what a great way is to have a share screen with Facebook. I know I've dogged them in the past, but there's some things now that they showed me that I've learned that I can bypass, if you want to call it that word, but you can bypass and get around it and target that specific candidates that you want. All right. Because you'll break that circle. Because if I was to pick up a company right now at 42%, right, I am not going to guarantee you that I'm going to send you 20 candidates the next day. I'm not going to be crazy, but let me tell you, you give me $800 that you just blew on that friggin' drive-through thing. Oh my God. I guarantee you're going to at least get 200 to 300 messages easy. And I guarantee you're going to get 50 to 75 of those people to work easy. That's a guarantee. I'll bet it. I can't bet on social media or LinkedIn Live. But what my point is there, when you know what you're talking about and you look at it every day, because I could tell where Steve's at, I could tell where Tim's at, all of them. I know right where your company is right now in the rankings and with their job openings. Every day I just pull it up. It's a report. Shows me how many openings they have. So there we go. But yet, 38-42. Go figure that one. But that's called the circle, okay? One more thing, and I got to get going here, is this is in the professional side that I saw a lot of notes or a lot of posts on LinkedIn. And it's about talking about professional services of, people being furloughed. And this is in jobs like HR, sales, everything. A lot of companies let sales go. I have no clue why, because they're going to be the ones that are struggling. But the interviews, nobody calls them back. I watched one post, and I'm going to have this gentleman on this week. He studied for that second interview. He got through. You know what? Nobody had the decency to call him back. Do you remember those days? If this was you, do you remember what it was like to do a job interview? You felt you were there. You felt you had that fit. You knew you had it. You said everything right. There wasn't any reason why, except maybe they said, we got a couple interviews. But take that 5 minutes and make that call. That person will respect you a lot more if you do that than you don't. Because right now, I've said it before, Indeed and Career Builder, it's just nonstop. Just nonstop. Everybody's applying. And I told you before, and again, these guys on here that are going to know that in this next 2 weeks, it's even going to get better. It's going to get crazy. So what you want to do is, again, empathy. Bear with them. People right now are stressed. So think of them on the other side. Think of you being on that side. That's what I try to do every day. Do you know what it's like to hear people crying on a phone, upset, broken down? I don't know what I'm going to do. I really want to help all of them. I really wish I could. That's what drives me every day, is when I have some people that really are hard times. And if I could find them a job tomorrow, listen, I would do it. And I tell them all the time, I'm here for you. I'll help you. If it's from the video resumes to utilizing that, and to just send them somewhere they're hiring. But all they want to do is hear back from recruiters, because sometimes we have, I should say we, but we all do. If you have a bad reputation of not returning calls or anything like that, they're going to call you out on that. They are going to call you out. So my point tonight is if you learned everything, share the video. I really wish somebody from some of these corporates would listen to somebody that just vents. And I vent in a good way. I don't want everybody to think that I'm ignorant or just being mad or angry or anything. I'm not. It's because I care. I care about people. I care tomorrow how we're going to put the 36 people. I don't send them everywhere all the time. I'm like, listen, I'm not hiring right now, but I know who is. Simple. That's what you can do is, reach out to someone else if you have to. Go that extra mile to help them, because it's going to come back around to you. It really is. It's going to come back, and it's going to really help you. And again, social media, video resumes, text us, constant contact, LinkedIn Live, and the live videos. And you can pull those candidates in without going in to all these job fairs. I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm done. All right, I'm done, guys. But seriously, have a great night. I just wanted to teach everybody there a couple things. Remember, Facebook, blueprint.com. Check it out. I'm telling you, it's so worth it. And then book some time with some of the management there, that they'll call your recruiters, and they'll take you through step by step to really make you successful. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. So it's free if you're in a staffing firm. It's free if you're in marketing. It's free if you're in HR. I won't go with HR. The only thing I'll say about HR is HR should not be doing staffing. We'll talk about that another night. So everybody have a great night. It's 9:30, and I got probably about 1,000 emails to send tonight I got to get to. So talk to everybody soon. And it's over.